Good morning! Welcome to another video with the Blaymeister. Tier 4 ranked 1v1. Yes, I did get 80% win rate. Yes, I did do it all in the Emil. Yes, I am a sweaty tryhard when it comes to it. However, yes, I also got my arse kicked. A couple of times. Firstly, by this Koenig. Check this out. I got absolutely walloped. Totally outplayed. Didn't even get close to him. Yeah, it's not going to end well. I was having a conversation with the guys about this over the weekend, and I think that as a game mode this is fantastic, but there's no way it should be called ranked. This should be called Legends Duels. It should run from tier 3 to tier 7. It should be 1v1, and it should be a quarterly season whereby your win rate, you get a maximum of, a bit like Arena, you get a maximum of 5 or 6 games a day, maybe even less, and your win rate actually ranks you up, and the top, I don't know, 10, 20 players at each tier get a reward. And I think that would be fantastic. Here's another one. Check this out. Königsberg, broadside on, couple of citadels. Right, he's mine. I'm going to get some guns into him. Hopefully his torpedoes haven't reloaded. What do you mean I didn't citadel him? Oh shit. Also, why didn't I shoot under his guns? Oh fuck. Face full of torpedoes, anyone? Dead Emil. Should have won that one. Never mind, these things happen. However, it takes all sorts. Check this fella out. He's within automatic spotting range, and he still decides to come around the corner. Why? Why? Why would you do that? Oh God. And I donked the shots and had already donked the shots into the island, but he decides to collect all 3 torpedoes. Good for him. Extra points. Speaking of Königsberg coming around corners and chewing torpedoes, again, why is this guy coming around the corner? He knows I'm here. He knows I've got torpedoes. But still, he's going to take a couple. It's going to kill him. However, it was all a bit weird. Here's another one. Oh, yes, I get out Emil. Check this out. This is hilarious. I really should have killed this guy. I had the advantage. He charges in, does exactly what you should do in Emil. And, I screw it up again. Unfortunately, donk the torpedoes, completely miss. He goes broadside onto me and launches a spread into my face. However, right, I've switched to AP. Now check this out for torque beats. I'm thinking, haha! It's all good, it's all good, it's all good. This one is, dear God, that's close. And then I go, oh, he's got torpedoes on the other side. Why didn't I aim under the guns again? 3 torpedoes, can I miss one? Oh, damn. So yeah. And finally, check, this is hilarious. There's a Kotovsky I'm fighting against who decides that he will not come out from behind that big island the entire game. This is the only game I've played where I max pointed it. Check it out. What the hell? Why? That was a full game. Absolutely crazy. Little bit of a Gremiashki game here. He does really well actually, and it's an FE as well. Don't see many FEs out there. So here's a guy who's been playing since the beginning. But the power of the Emil is great. And yeah, I know, sweaty tryhard. What can I say? But yes, Legends Duel resets every quarter, or give or take, every 3 months, for example. The top 10 or 20 players at each tier, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, get a doubloon reward. It does 2 things. It motivates you to play it. There's a physical reward for getting involved. And it'll be fun. And it's competitive. And I think the one thing this game misses, I mean, ranked is one thing, but it's not, I don't know, there's a lot of complaints about solo. You're always dependent on your team, and I can understand that. It's a team game after all. But I think if there was a mode called Legends Duel where a little bit of fun, you play, I don't know, over a week's basis, you can play 10 games in a week at tier 3, 10 games a week at tier 4, etc, etc, etc. And then it does, you'll get to a point whereby you'll actually have a fair ranked assessment on ability. And I think that's a really good idea. I think it'll engage certain types of players. There's certain players that love playing on their own, certain players that have loved playing ranked, and there's certain players that absolutely hated it. It shouldn't be called ranked. It should be a permanent game mode. And frankly, it's one of those games where you can have a lot of fun with it. And it's a bit of... It's a bit of fun. The Gremmy's still there. He is still shooting at me, looking at this. Now, what I found is that you see where the crossover point is between A and B, particularly with the Emil, because it does 40, 42 knots. You can get straight in there and start capping at least one of the bases, because it's quite likely the enemy player will go into the bigger one, A, because it or B, whichever is nearer to where they spawned. But there's no way they can cap both at the same time, because you're in that spot. And if they come into you, you're going to clatter them. Battleships don't have the speed to get there quickly enough. Destroyers can do, but if they're facing an Emil, there's no way they're going to want to charge you face first. So really, the only choice they have is to try and get you out of there. And if they've got to come and attack you, and you've got 3 torpedoes on each side, and you've got great AP, and you've got great HE, and your bow isn't bad, it's not great, the Koenig proved that, but it's okay. You can be really, really strong. But, I mean, in anything that's fast, that's the good position to be in. But what I've enjoyed about this is that it's actually just got me having fun with the game. Arena did this, but it's basically a cluster as far as I'm concerned. It's just absolute chaos. Ranked, I don't really enjoy it at the moment, because it feels like I'm relying on my teammates a little bit too much, and that's a problem. This I've thoroughly enjoyed. It's given me a reason to come in and play it, but I don't think it should be called ranked. I think it should be a consistent game mode called duel, that gives players the opportunity to be competitive on a regular basis, because there isn't a regular competitive mode, and I think this game could do with one. I don't suppose there would be a huge number of players in there, but you'd get players like the Azkabans and the Monks and the High Cowls and the Hippers and the Hives and the Spartans and people and the Peaks. You get people out there, Zarkoons, Metas. You get these CCs and these high skilled players out in the competitive world, and it genuinely would be a badge of, as I'd say, honour, but accomplishment. And I think that's something that this game misses on a consistent basis. People talk about their win rate. Win rate doesn't really mean anything in standard battles, because you're very reliant on your teammates, and whether you're playing in divisions and things like this, whether you're playing in ships like the Jean Bart or the Wichita, for example. So the Gremmy's got no choice. I've got both caps. I'm 150 points ahead, and he's got to come out to get me. Fair play to him. He comes and has a go. But what's he going to do? And with the Gremmy's turning, he's going to struggle to dodge those torpedoes. He does, but I mean, even if he gets one into me, it's nice torque beats play. Well done, chicken boy. You did it again. But what can he do? There's nothing he can do. And clearly, this guy's a good player, really good player, but he didn't have any chance. And that's the way. That's the way of it. Here's one, New York. Prime example, complete opposite of the Koenig. The Koenig was one of those games where he stayed at medium range and he made the most of his guns and his secondaries, and he kicked me into oblivion. This New York, on this map, doesn't have the manoeuvrability to compete with a ship like the Emil. The Emil can get up in his nose really, really quickly. And not only that, I can see him because I've got planes as well. I don't know what it is about French cruisers for the win at the moment. It'd be interesting to see what the tier 5 one's like. What are we going to do in that? I don't know. What's the tier 5? Well, the de Grasse will be in here, but that gets clattered through the nose. Anybody with a war spike will just lob 15-inch shells through the nose. What tier T61 might be good, and a destroyer. Let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to hear what you think, what you're thinking of playing at tier 5 when the tier 5 one comes out, because I don't think it'll be French cruisers. I don't think that's the right play. Maybe the Pepsi Cola, because the Pepsi's got a good bow as long as it's bowing, but it hasn't got torpedoes. You need torpedoes if you're going to take out a battleship. So not the Pepsi, no way. The Leander's squishy. Dallas hasn't got torpedoes. Alba, but the torps are right over the back of the ship. Maybe a Russian cruiser. I don't know. I think it needs to be a cruiser. It needs to be quite strong. But I don't really know. So here we go. Here's the New York. He's clearly at full speed. Poor thing. I'm still going to screw up the torpedoes because, of course, I will. But yeah, torpedoes dropped. Bow in. He's not even looking at me. Lose one of them. Lose two of them. So I'm only going to get one in from this. So completely potato the torpedoes. And now I'm full speed from stationary. But tell me that wasn't HE he just fired at me. It was. It's completely broadside on. And French sea baguettes into his face. There we go. Poor fella. He's a dead 'un. He is a dead 'un. What we got this time? So I don't know. We shall see. Anyway, so yeah, I'm hoping that Wargaming listens and puts this in a certain mode. I know there are certain people that are clamouring for it and really want it to be in, but I think as a competitive mode that it's something they've already run, give it a different name, get it into the game, let people be doing this on a regular basis, but it needs to be limited. You can't have the tryhards playing 100 matches in this on a weekly basis, and you need to have like a minimum of 10 games a week to be able to count, if you see what I mean, because otherwise you'll get people with like 3 games, they've won 3 matches, they go through the whole season, they get 100% and they've won. Königsberg again. There were quite a few Königsbergs out there today, over the weekend rather. This one wasn't a bad one, got to be honest, but again, hydro, plane, good HE, good AP. It's difficult. It's difficult to compete with an Emil in another cruiser at this tier. It really, really is. I think they're going to miss. A widespread. No. And we'll go for this. And of course he launches the torpedoes at where I was because I donk into the island. Saved by my own inadequacies. And look at this. This is just like slow speed potatoing. Another Citadel. Hooray! See, this is what a high skill player does. Completely screw it up. By the way, I'm joking, I'm not a high skill player. He's coming in. He's coming in. He's going to get... Come on, move. Move. He's going to ram you. Move. He's going to ram you. We're both on even points. It would be a draw. But he's trying to get his torpedoes away. Mine aren't reloaded. So he drops these 3. Now, you tell me how I dodged that one. How? And those. I mean, for God's sakes. I had no right to dodge those torpedoes. None at all. And I still can't get a Citadel on him. Absolutely absurd. Come on, shoot him! No Citadel. Bloody hell. Honestly, you can't get the staff, can you? And he knows he's dead. But, I mean, that was the most slow-speed, calamitous win ever that I had over there. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And this was probably the hardest win that I got. And this is against the Julio. Now, before I even started playing Tier 4 1v1s, I thought the one ship that's going to be a problem for me in this is the Julio. And the Julio's the only one. I only came across one of them. I only came across one Koenig, but I didn't expect the Koenig to do what it did to me. So I've already been killed by the Koenig at this point. So I know there's a Julio up here, and I know that we're all going to be spotted because we start so bloody close to each other. So where is he? There he is. Yeah, he's shot already. Turn away. So, yes. Julio has gone to do that. We shall see where he goes. But I can't push him now. because I've already decided to turn away and... I'm broadside onto a Julio. He's going to kick my ass. And then what because they're little corners, they're like a half or a third of the normal map. It's only at this point that I realise that I'm right next to the border. So, check it out. Here comes the T-ball shuffle completely by accident. It's like, oh God, oh dear. And the T-ball shuffle saves my arse. And I guarantee the Julio player's calling me all kinds of names for cheating. And I can understand why he'd say that, because, I suppose arguably the T-ball shuffle was a little bit cheaty. But it wasn't intentional. It really wasn't. I didn't mean to do that. It was I didn't really have any choice. So, yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Do let me know your funny stories about ranked 1v1s and what kind of fun and games you've had. Don't forget to come and check me out on Twitch. I stream Warship Legends on Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays from 8:30 GMT, UK time. On Tuesdays I'm on Twitch playing Vampire at the moment, although that's very nearly finished. We quite haven't decided what we're going to replace that with. And at the moment, I've started playing Subnautica again on a Sunday morning, which is very civilised and really nice to get back into. I love that game. So we're back in, a meal, full beans, 40-odd knots, charging at the Julio. This is the point at which where I go, do you know what? I've got to get in there. He's got a cap. He's trying to catch a second one. I've got to go in and get it. But because I started at 3 kilometres away, he's only going to get one. He might get another salvo off, but most likely one. And at this range, he's not going to dodge, even in a Julio, he's not going to dodge those torpedoes. I'm down to 4,000 health, but he's a dead Italian, and I'm not a dead Frenchman. So there we go. So yes, and this is the final game coming up now. But do come and check us out over on Twitch. The gang's lovely. I have my own Discord server, the Chicken Hutch. Come and say hello. Yeah, and this is the game where I win. This poor Farragut. I mean, he's already fired all his torpedoes, and it's all over. So this is my ranked. It's been a lot of fun. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. We've got all the way through. Got some decent games in. Been a potato quite a few times, but still got a decent win rate. They've been fun. It should be called something else and be a permanent mode, I hope. Please, Wargaming, please listen. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Do enjoy yourselves. Love you lots. Take care. And I will see you soon. King Chicken out. Love you. Bye-bye.